What's up, Red Bull lovers? We have a $150,000 tournament coming our way in October, and we have 2 invited players and 4 players that also will go there through the ladder qualification. And, well, the battle has been heating up quite a bit, and we have number 1 and number 5 in the rankings here with us today. Hera, you are ranked number 1 so far. How has the last week been for you? You grinded quite a bit.
Yeah, the last week has been a lot of Empire Wars. It's basically exclusively what I play. And it's been a mixed bag of emotions, but overall it's been some competitive AoE2, which is kind of what I enjoy most. So overall it's been relatively long hours of grinding on ladder and a lot of really good matches. That's basically how I spend my days, and still like another week to come.
Sebastian, how has your experience been so far?
It's good. I still want to put more hours. I was focusing more on random upper area. So I've been playing let's say 3-4 days, full Red Bull, a lot of mirrors. I need to get used to it still. I'm not super comfortable yet. But yeah, looking good, looking fun. So yeah, looking forward to keep playing.
Yeah, I've seen you play a lot of Saracen Mirror so far, right?
Yeah.
How is that for you? Because typically, if you play on the ladder, or if you play tournaments, we basically never have mirror matches. How is this experience for you now?
Yeah, it's sometimes a bit more frustrating when you lose because you're losing by minor details. So it's you need to play really properly to make the difference. And there is some random factor as well since you're playing mirror, so the resources position and all that. So yeah, it's a play style mirror, so yeah, need to keep playing it. But yeah, we have seen a lot of mirror for sure.
Hera, your thoughts on the mirror fest that we're seeing right now? I know that you played a lot of non-mirror because your grind kind of started a bit later, I would say, when people were already tryharding, and you still tried to be the honorable man trying to give the people the random civilizations, but then you kind of had to switch as well.
Yeah, so my experience I think is a bit of a unique one because a lot of guys are doing their grind half on stream, half off stream, or even exclusively off stream, 80% off stream. And if you ask me personally, I can play Saracen Mirror every single day, 12 hours a day. I won't get bored. The thing is, though, when I'm streaming, I got 2,000 people watching. The majority of people, they actually just don't like mirrors, let alone the same mirror match over and over. Now, I kind of feel like there's a mix of what I need to do here. Number 1, I need to prioritize myself and get to the top of the ladder because I obviously have to qualify top 4. And number 2, as a streamer, I do want to make sure that the people watching are enjoying their time as well. So I've been trying to mix it up between random civs or some mirror matches. What I found is the most fair and the most diverse is simply going random mirror. This way, it's we have 45 civs. We get a random civ. It's still a mirror civ, so it's fair. It's balanced for the game. And it at least gives us a little bit of diversity. What's happening now? A lot of people are just picking Saracens, and it's the other guy's going mirror, and so you end up getting the same Saracen mirror over and over again. And Saracen mirror, honestly, and now that I've played a few of it, I think it's really skillful, to be honest. But doesn't take away from the fact that it's really degenerate. You just go market, sell your resources, and both players are just all in each other. But there's a certain flair to that as well. So overall, I have a mixed bag of emotions, but regarding it. But yeah, on a personal note, I don't mind the Saracen mirrors, but I can understand why people might get bored of it.
Sebastian, what's the most fun mirror that you ran into so far?
I would say Incas for me. I don't mind going full eagles. It's kind of zero brain. You just spam eagles, maybe some slinger on the mix. But I would say Incas slinger, Incas mirror for sure. Saracens, I didn't get the best results, so I won't say it's my favorite. So yeah, but I don't mind Saracens mirror, Archer v Archer. I don't mind it at all. I think it's fun as well. So yeah, I still prefer not mirror, but I'm picking Civ as well, so I cannot complain. Obviously, I'm not going random. I don't want to get there some Turks or anything. I want to pick Civ and make sure to have my better chances. So yeah.
Hera, will we get into a phase where people will start picking non-mirrors, trying to counter something like Saracens or Bohemians on some maps that we are seeing? Is that an option, or are the civilizations that we're picking just too strong?
So, like initially, I thought that that's what we're gonna see. I thought we're gonna see a lot of like ingenuity, a lot of creativity, people coming up with different strategies. But if you look at the civs that are popular, it's like Saracens on like the open maps. Then you got like Byzantine on like the hybrid or like close quarter map, and then you have maybe like Bohemians on the maps where it's like a lot of stone, a lot of gold. And those civs honestly just don't really have a good counter. Like I did try to do some brainstorming. I think there are some matchups like Incas could be good counter to Byzantine in some close quarter matchups. Something like Britons or Portuguese, I'm thinking of, could be a good counter to Saracens. The thing is, no matter what we see, as far as counter picks, it would only be in the last 2 days when there's a map that really matters and you don't want to risk a Saracen mirror. Like, let's say Sebastian versus, MBL, Hart, Leary, maybe even myself. One game, he gets to qualify. Does he Saracen mirror or does he want to surprise us with something else? Yeah, something to think about. I think those scenarios in the last couple of days could bring about something different, but I think for the most part, people are just more concerned about actually playing games and not coming up with different strats.
Sebastian, we now have a map pack change also happening, right? And there were some changes, especially on Passage. How much did you look into that? Do you think, like right now, I think it's the most banned map because it's so one-dimensional. Do you think it might be in there? Because now, I haven't looked at it, I've only seen the change log. Now we can cross to the opponent, right? And walk there.
Oh, okay. Oh, no idea. Like from the beginning,
Okay.
I said I need to focus on these maps, which are like, I don't know, 5 maybe.
Mhm,
And I decided my bounds from the beginning, which I'm making some switches now. So Passage was one of them because I felt like it was like a really mechanical map and really boring map for me, where I couldn't see my skills shining. So I just said, I'm not playing this. So I didn't look too much into that. I will need to check if there is some, well, Passage between players. Might be interesting. I don't know. But I haven't checked it yet.
Hera, any adjustments you would expect, or people just grinding out what they're playing right now, which feels like kind of the same 5 maps over and over again?
I mean, I haven't seen the change log honestly,
Okay,
so
okay.
that's something I have to get in there and check. But I don't think people will change up. To be honest, I think people.
Well, it would
People
be a
just wanna
nice
play the
mix,
same
right?
thing.
If you prepared it, but yeah, the other person has to have it open as well. Now we're getting to my favorite part of this, and well, it is a really, really tough battle, and we had different guests here, different predictions. Hera, give me your top 4. Who do you see going through there in the end?
Honestly, I think me and Leary are the favorites right now. Just because I think we do number one. Me and him have a good amount of time to play. Me mostly, so getting games in is not a problem. And I think we do the best in like mirror matches. Plus, we have a lot of Empire War experience, especially Leary. He might be like, the best Empire War player, to be honest. So I would say me and him are the favorites. That being said, there's always a chance we don't make it, obviously. And then the next the next 2 slots, I think there's 4 players that are fighting for it heavily. I would say MBL, Hart, Yo, and Sebastian. I think like I've watched games. Those 4 players feel like they're the ones that are putting in the most amount of effort and have the skills to be up there. And I'll also throw you in a few wild cards. I think guys like ACCM, guys like Winchester, I would not sleep on those. Guys like Sito, those 3. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in Doubt, to be honest. I would hate to count Doubt out. I just made like a 2-hour history video with him, and he's like obviously a teammate in GL, but he's played like 450 games, 500 games. I worry for his mentals at this point. I am not sure if he still has it in him. But I will say, regardless if he makes it or not, Doubt has my respect for putting in the kind of grind that he's been doing.
Surprising, yeah. And maybe he will have crazy experiences. He's not playing full mirror, for example. Maybe he will be the best equipped person going into the last chance qualifier, having tried most civilizations. Maybe. Sebastian, give me your top 4.
So it would be like Hera Leary. Same lines on what Hera said. I think that they have a lot of experience. They are really, really good. And they are really strong on mirror as well. They are scary. So those 2 for sure. And the last 2 spots, I would say something like Mr. Yo, 3rd place, MBL. And there maybe, that would be my top 4. And maybe also like Hart. And I would put myself there as well.
So you put
You're like
yourself
six.
at number 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
around those lines.
Nah,
yeah. And
what he really
ACCN
means-
maybe as well.
Sebastian really means he put himself at number 5 or number 4, but he's just saying number 6, so
Okay.
it appears like it's nice.
Just in case, yeah.
Sebastian, what needs to happen for you to qualify?
I need to adapt more to the play style. Like I feel it too fast. I'm not adapting yet, so I need to put more hours. I need to put more analysis, and I need to find my best maps as well, and maybe more analysis on opponents as well. So yeah, I would say like with a lot of luck and practice and a good mental as well, because it's like it requires a lot of mental, this type of ladder qualification. I prefer the standard one, so it's for sure a huge challenge. But like since every game counts, you get a bit frustrated when you lose. It's more tilting because you're losing points. So yeah, I would say I need to focus on keep learning stuff now that I have still time. Well, everyone has still time, although there is like 8 or 9 days, so it's not that much. But there is still time, let's say 3, 4, 5 days to learn stuff. And then on the last days just go all in, be ready mentally, and well, that would be a fiesta.
So obviously we have seen crazy synergy from Fox. We've seen your bootcamp. We've seen your crazy performance against LY, winning 3-2 there. Like the team feels really motivated. Miha is grinding, Magugo is grinding, Dark is grinding as well. What's like the internal discussion there? Are you sharing secrets? Are you practicing off stream? Is there anything you could share?
Yeah, we have done some practice off stream, like on private lobbies. Now that there is the ladder, it's kind of weird to practice off lobby because you feel like you're not winning points, so it's like weird. But yeah, we did put some thought as well. Like on the bootcamp, we prepared some strategies. For example, the Bohemia and some mountain dunes. We came with that with Mihai. The thing is, like, if you get too creative and too innovative, like you use the strat once or twice, and then like it gets countered or everyone is using it. So let's say now we're focusing more on exchanging stuff and finding the best tips. That would be the best idea. Finding the best strategies and what to do. And not on the creative aspect. No longer there, because I don't think it's worth it right now. Maybe for the last days or for the last chance qualifier. But right now, more mechanical, exchanging what's good, what's not, and play style and all that. So yeah.
Hera, your prediction. Will we see some strategies in the last 2 days that we have not seen at all in the week prior?
No.
Okay. Will we just continuing with the meta? How
I think
tough?
the last 2 days, you're going to see a lot of strategy with who you play and when you play, and not in the game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's one of my major questions. Like, I have 2 questions. Let's start with the first one. Like, does it hurt you that Tato and Viper are not playing at all, and you kind of have Doubt as your only teammate, and obviously you're still well connected with Hart and Leary? Like, who are you sharing thoughts with right now?
I'm sharing stuff with no one. You want to play? You go queue up and you play.
Only Twitch chat. Okay.
I ain't talking to nobody.
Okay.
I don't even practice. I just say like, I mean, half my games are just like Mr. Yo typing 14 Empire words, and we just go queue up, and that's it. You just play.
Yeah. You also tweeted like, "Oh, Empire was later so alive. I'm so happy with it." Didn't you only play like 15 games in a row against Mr. Yo? I was like, the ladder was alive. It's just 2 nerds grinding it out.
I think I did like 10 with MBL and 5 with Yo that day or something like that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Crazy life. Okay, one question. You said it won't be strategies on the field, but actually strategies on when to queue up and who to play. An absolute master and on rank 8 right now is Balz. Went up with like streak 22 or something. Could one of the two try to explain to me what's happening there? Why is he like he is in punching distance to qualify? Like 4 game or maybe even a 3 game winning streak, and he suddenly is top 4.
What was the question?
Like is that like, is he a
good
real threat to Balz right now? I think Capoch fell quite a bit. He's 1813 now. He needs like at least a +8 game win streak to be up there again. But it feels like Balz is in punching distance qualifying. Is that unreasonable for me to see him as a contender for the top 4?
So my perspective, obviously Sebastian can have can add a lot to this, but my perspective, there's two approaches. It's like there's the Kapach and Doubt approach, which is just like spam literally 20 games a day, and then you go up and down, but you gain a lot of experience. That has its pros and cons. Barrows seems to be either restricted on time or just wants to conserve himself. He seems to be just picking a few games a day, 3-4 games, proper mental, proper thought process, gives it his all, and then logs off. I think that's a more conservative approach. Also has its pros and cons, but I think both approaches are valid.
Yeah, I agree completely. I would say that there's two approaches, and yeah, maybe he will lack maybe more experience when it comes to the last days. So like for example, it's risky in the way that maybe he's not top 4 and he needs to throw a lot of games, but then there is like Kapach playing, who has a lot of experience and knows the meta because he's been grinding like crazy. So then maybe there is a problem there. Like you are not on the top 4, although you were going patient, and you have to come all out, and maybe you are not so much prepared with the meta, let's say. But it's an approach for sure. So yeah.
It is tricky, and I'm super excited to see how the next 9 days are going to work out. Thank you so much, Sebastian and Hera. Good luck in your grind. Obviously, it is top 4, flying to $150,000 tournament, $9,000 guaranteed at least. 5th place, nothing at all. Has to try in the last chance qualifier, so pretty brutal there. I hope you will tune in. 28th of July, 15 UTC, the cutoff time. It will be tense. That's it from us. Goodbye, Red Bull lovers.
Goodbye.